So anyway, yeah, taking an action, even though you feel afraid, you can still make a choice. You have a choice. You can choose to sit there in your fear and let it cripple you and let it torment you, or you can choose to believe the things that the Lord has told you. He's not a liar, and He's faithful to His word, and you can take that to the bank every time. Fear is it's kind of a waste, really, because we put all this energy into thinking about hypothetical things that most of the time they don't even ever happen. And instead, we could use that energy to imagine everything that could go right. And if you're making a conscious choice and you're making decisions and you're taking actions to move towards something, it's even logically more probable that those good things are going to happen than all the things that you're worried. And you know what? Even if the worst things that you can think of happen, good things can still come out of it. God turns, he turns everything around for our good. Even when we make the wrong choices, when we make mistakes, he can still use all that stuff. He's done it many times in my life. And so you just got to keep moving forward, you know? I mean, what would you do? What would we even do with ourselves if we weren't afraid? How would we live if we didn't have that issue, that fear? What would you do if you weren't afraid? How would you live? And I just don't want to have any, I don't want to stand before God at the end of my life and see the whole plan, you know. And this is a thought that I had, and this might be kind of out there, but these are the things that I think. But I thought about when it says He would wipe every tear, like we get to heaven and He will wipe away every tear. And I'm thinking, why would we be crying in heaven? You know, there's not supposed to be any sadness or anything even like that there. And I'm thinking, you know what would I be crying about? What kind of tears would He, if I mean, I made it to heaven. I mean, if I made it to heaven, that's amazing first. So, and seeing Jesus and touching Him and holding Him and just being there with Him and being in His glory, like what is there to cry about? What are these tears that He's talking about wiping away? And I kind of thought, you know, I would bawl my eyes out if I saw the plan that He made for my life and that I didn't fulfill it. I would bawl my eyes out. Those are the tears that I would be crying, that He would be wiping away. And I mean, we're here on this place, on this earth for like, I mean, He says our lives are vapor. Like in comparison to all eternity, I want a crown to lay at Jesus' feet, y'all. You know, that's my goal on this earth, is when I get to heaven, I want a duded up, full of jewels, all kinds of stuff in my crown that I want to throw at Jesus' feet. And like the God that we serve is so amazing. He's so mighty. He's so just incredible, and nothing is an issue for Him, ever. Nothing. And that's the reality of it. And why don't we live in that reality? Why are we so afraid? And, you know, you got to dig to the bottom. You got to get to the bottom of that, like of the fear in your life. I was having really bad anxiety. I mean, I've struggled with it for years, but it was just like, recently was just like really getting very, very bad. And I was praying and asking God, like, what is the root of this thing? Like, what is it that I'm so afraid of? because I couldn't really pinpoint it to anything, but it was just like overwhelming. And he ended up showing me there was some trauma in my childhood, that he took me back to a house that I used to live in, first in my mind, and walked me around the house, and I went through some feelings, and I eventually physically went to the house, and God met me there. And I got some really deep inner healing for some things that had happened when I was a kid, and really not even knowing that I've been filtering through that trauma and that pain that I experienced throughout my whole life, affecting all areas of my life. And so, maybe start praying about asking God to show you the root of your fear, because, and I know there's probably more inner healing and things that I'm going to be facing to get to the bottom of it. But I mean, the word says that if we fear, we've not been made perfect in love. And definitely for me, I've had a very hard time understanding and accepting God's love for myself. I can see it, and I can, see it for other people, but just not for me. I couldn't really grasp it or have it really be active in my life. And so, fear and anxiety, they're not just for no reason. It's coming from somewhere. And, you can get to the bottom of it. And when you're ready, God will lead you through it, and you can get healed. But you have to be willing. You have to be willing to be healed. And I actually wrote a song about that. I can probably put that link down below to my music channel. It's called, my song called Heal Me. And that also, was a conscious choice that I had to make. Like, I choose to let you save me out of this situation, and I choose to let you heal me. It's not a matter of whether or not God can do it. Sometimes it's just a matter of, do we want to be saved? Do we want to be healed from it? Is that what we really want? And sometimes we think it's easier to stuff it or to just ignore it and it'll go away because it's too painful to go through, or we're just not really sure He can really take it away from us. But He can. You just have to have courage and make the conscious choice to let him come in and help you deal with it. And He'll give you a new memory. He'll give you the best memory to put in its place. So just in closing these videos, thank you for watching them. If you made it through all three, I feel like I'm all over the place, and it's really hard for me to get up the courage to make these videos. And that's part of my action that I take, is just, I don't know what I'm going to say. I just believe that God's going to give me something relevant to tell you that's going to maybe encourage you or inspire you to go further in your own life. So I guess I'll just close with that, and hopefully it won't be so long until I make another video. I've got a lot on my plate right now, musically, playing events. I got invited to play through a local Christian radio station here where I live, to play an event called Praise in the Park, where I'm probably going to be on the radio. It's crazy. Like, I totally don't feel ready for that, but I'm jumping. I'm going to do it, and playing other events like benefits, and trying to practice cover songs so I can be more versatile and play other events and connect with people, and which also scares me, but I'm going to do that too. So stay tuned, and I'll give you an update maybe on after I do some of those events on how they went. And God bless you guys. I'm praying for you, and God's with you, and everything's gonna be all right.